Hush the river, still your feet. Angry steps make hungry streets. Do not shout, do not fight, not by water, not at night. When voices burn and tempers rise, ground remembers, river spies. Stones will shift and paths will bend. Rage walks where the river ends. If your heart is hot and loud, turn away and calm it down. St. Ardent hears the furious sound and pulls the anger to the ground. Good evening, everyone. Hello. Welcome to episode 3 of St. Ardent by Night. Is everyone excited for tonight? No, I am. So last we left off, to recap episode 2, last night in St. Ardent, the city began to show its teeth. Following the prince's directive, the coterie sought out David St. Augustine and found him at the Cobra Chicken, near campus. David expected them. Together, they were summoned before the Seneschal Tobias Marr, who ordered David to lend his knowledge of folklore to the investigation of the city's low-frequency hum, and tasked the newly formed coterie with examining the vehicle of Elias Grady. Grady's car was held at Voss Storage and Impound beneath a tarp. Its lower half was coated in river sediment that moved on its own. Beneath the car, pressed into the concrete as if eaten away, was a symbol, the roots. When tensions rose, Isolde lost control of her beast, and a human was drained. Others were rendered unconscious. Bodies were moved, and memories were erased. The coterie brought their evidence to the Glass Quarter lab to meet with the sheriff. Inside, they found Spark and a new Nosferatu named Grin. Then the power went out. So, that brings us to tonight and our cast. Cast, say hi to everybody.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Hi.
Hello.
Good evening.
You guys excited and ready for this? Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Everyone's like,
oh, yeah.
fuck yeah, let's do it.
I'm afraid of the dark.
You're afraid of the dark?
Yep. I'm afraid of the dark.
Oh no, super
Oh, no.
spoopy. Oh no, super spoopy. All right, so to set the scene, we are now at the Glass Quarters lab. You guys have your samples with you of the various different sediment and whatnot that you guys collected. And you guys have not moved from where the lights turned off. Suddenly, the sheriff picks up his phone and dials a number. You guys don't see who he's dialing, but then you quickly figure out who it is. He calls Ernest Wells, your fellow coterie member, who was getting his ass chewed by the Tremere for being a better Tremere than the actual Tremere.
Just a bit.
Just a little bit. The sheriff's on the phone. Mr. Wells,
Yes, sir.
I need you at the Glass Quarter Lab with the rest of your people. Most of them have already gathered here, but I need you to get here now.
On my way.
He hangs up and pulls a flashlight off his keychain and starts showing it around. Somehow the emergency floodlights have not cut on, and that's fucking weird. What are you guys doing? What are you saying?
Some kind of elaborate prank? Is this some Nosferatu shit? Or how are we supposed to work like this?
Hey! We would never. That would be a Malkavian, good sir.
Excuse you?
Thank
I'm
you.
right here.
Assume.
Nonetheless, let's not get heated. What are we doing? Why is there no backup power?
The sheriff looks around like it should have kicked on by now. Hold on, let me make a call. Takes out his phone again, dials another number, calls. What the fuck is going on? Okay, so the storm is worsening outside. That's what cut the... Why is our generator not working? Well, that's why we pay you the big bucks. Figure it out. Get that backup generator working now. And hangs up his phone. You have no idea who he called. One of probably his several underlings, but nonetheless.
Whole city, then?
Doesn't seem to be. Just seems to be our building.
It's the storm again. Didn't you want to do some kind of experiment with the weather?
Oh, that's true.
Listen, all I know is that whenever these storms start picking up, this weird shit keeps happening. And we haven't even been able to give our report to the sheriff with this, so the thing is I feel like some of this is... I'm not trying to overstep in a sense, you know? With this building, and I'm going to look to the sheriff, I guess his flashlight. Like, all this seems almost a bit above our pay grade. I'm, like, kind of nervous saying that almost.
The sheriff just directly looks at you. You don't quite see his face with how dark it is and the fact that he's shining a flashlight on you. But he looks at you, and you just feel his eyes boring into your skull.
But then again, what do I know?
Whatever, shut up. Whatever I say is your fucking pay grade is your fucking pay grade. Do I make myself clear?
Crystal, I apologize.
So why don't you guys tell me what's going on and what you found? I know that your coterie member, Mr. Wells, will be here momentarily, and you can fill us all in together. And it's at that time that, in fact, Ernest Wells walks into the Glass Quarter Lab to pitch black.
Do I have any trouble getting into the place? Because we had to go like down elevators and stuff last time if there's no power.
No, you're directed towards the staircase.
Okay.
There's a little jaunt, but you're directed towards a staircase. You see a security guard when you arrive at the building, carrying a flashlight. It was clearly already conveyed that more people would be arriving.
Okie dokie. Yeah. He will make his way down to the lab and to everyone
Making
else.
my way downtown. All right, so Ernest comes into the lab. The sheriff looks over his shoulder and goes, "Ah, nice of you to join us." And he beckons you over with his flashlight. They seem to be in... So as you enter the lab from the upstairs, there to the left, in that little corner seating area with couches right over on the left-hand side, outside of the giant lab area in the center of this building.
Yeah, Ernest will find a seat then and take it to see what's going on. He has spent the rest of the evening getting yelled at and also had promises extracted that he will not share secrets he's not supposed to, kind of thing.
Excellent. So which one of you, the sheriff says, minds filling me in on what you discovered and your compatriot here?
Well, so how would we describe that?
He
Attacked
just-
by
Sentient dirt.
sentient dirt.
He looks at you like, what in the Malkavian bullshit are you talking about?
Everyone else saw it as well. It wasn't just me. The dirt around the
It's
car, the
true.
sediment under the car, was moving on its own.
It tried to touch me.
It's not an unheard of phenomenon.
Sentient dirt?
Well, it's a bit more than that, too. It made some kind of like a symbol. It looked like a glyph, but it was etched into the concrete. Same with the car. It's like it sunk in, like it defied reality. And I mean, we might want to converse with some other members of my clan, but it was glowing in some way. It has to be some kind of magic, but yeah, that they're not. It was sentient dirt, for lack of a better. He says sheepishly.
Also, after we discovered the symbol, we were attacked by those humans. It was a little, maybe a separate issue, but it was too much of a coincidence. So they were very angry
Okay.
with the
Okay.
dock workers.
Okay. Start from the beginning. Because I'm now
Well-
confused.
Well, you had us go to the warehouse. Yes.
Correct.
So we went to the warehouse, we collected. Well, we tried to get into the actual front of the vehicle, and that's whenever the dirt started moving towards us. And then whenever we got into the trunk, it wasn't moving, but I don't know, maybe whatever happened, whenever we uncovered the symbol, it froze it or moved its influence somewhere else. And then we were attacked by 3 humans who were either trying to mug us, steal the car, or were influenced by the woo-woo that's going on.
I think it was responding to the weather. I think when the weather kicked up, it caused this whatever resonance disturbance.
Ethan, did you happen to take a picture of the symbol?
I look around for a minute. Who the fuck? Oh,
You saw it first. We didn't see the symbol until the dirt started moving.
I didn't get a picture of it, but it basically looked like roots. Like imagine the tree of life, but the opposite. But the thing that I don't want to detach from this, I guess, report is that all the things that led us here in the first place, too, because this car was found at the docks and we saw how the plants were acting, and I kind of point to the samples that we brought. I got a glove with some of I don't know. It's everything you sent us with his phone and everything. It pointed to this dock and just something underneath it. Even the plants were growing towards the water, and it seemed that it responded more when the storm picked up. And Neely gets kind of lost on his words.
And that would track with the samples he'd been taking from the river, which we've brought with us, of course.
Interesting.
As well as some of the dirt from the vehicle.
So, explain to me how we ended up with one dead kind and 2 unconscious kind.
Well, about that.
That's when Mistress Lux walks in front. Unfortunately, got stabbed in the neck just the wrong way.
The
They
sheriff
attacked us.
crosses his arms and just looks at Isolde and goes, I believe I asked her the question.
Me?
Oh, he's staring right at you.
Well, you see, I got frustrated with Mr. Grady's briefcase, and was about to go out for some fresh air just to clear my head, and that's when the 3 kind came in, and it just all happened so fast, in blink of an eye, and I had a nail file in his jugular.
I need you to roll charisma plus subterfuge, and you will need to get 2 successes in order to pass this.
Seems
Can
like
I
you all had an
provide
eventful evening.
any help? Since I
No,
was trying
Please
to-
do.
No,
Please,
no,
please,
no,
come on.
no. We need to see how good our little Malkavian is at lying.
2 successes.
How many?
2.
All right. So, but how did they know you guys were there?
I threw
That's
the
the
briefcase.
You
I don't-
threw the briefcase.
Yes, because it wouldn't open.
You're not a fucking Bruja.
I wanted to see if I could open it.
He just takes an exasperated sigh.
It
We
did
brought the
open the briefcase.
Great.
These people like the ones at the docks?
Yes, but angrier. I tried to
Someone
subdue
is-
them, like our friend's sister, our friend the sister did. But
I'd imagine then whoever is heightening their emotions sent them after you because you're poking into things that involve them. That makes the most sense.
who or what?
So you're telling me we have 2% potential suspects that could have been attempting to sabotage you in this lab right now. And we have 1 dead guy.
Yes.
Great. Another headache. Exactly what I needed. So I take it that these 2 guys were probably gonna need to wipe their memories.
Yeah, we could. But, I mean, also, if we can extrapolate any information, because, I mean, maybe this was some kind of setup that we're poking our nose, but what happens if this was whatever the hell was going on at the docks, some kind of resonance that picked up with the storm? And whatever the hell was on that car might have been attracting them.
I'd investigate their blood.
Well, good we have a Tremere here, huh?
I like look around for a minute. Like, hey, I just I can find him. I'm not, when it comes to finding the stuff out with the blood, we might have to consult some others of my clan. Or, I mean, you know, and I look over at Ernest. I know some of us here ain't so bad.
You look around, Ernest just sipping from a can of some like energy drink. Just like, what?
Some of your skills. Might be able to use them here. Try to find out a little bit more.
The sheriff is just fucking dumbfounded right now. Like, at just everything that's being said to him. The fact that the coterie is wanting to use a caitiff instead of their full-blooded Tremere. The sign of Gehenna itself. And it's just dumbfounded. He's exasperated with you guys right at this moment.
Well, let's, in a word, split the group up. Part of us can test the blood, see what's going on, and the rest of us can get some help from our lovely neighborhood Malkavian and Nosferatu and figure out what the roots are about in the water.
Sure, and I'll handle the bodies. Don't worry about it. I'll make sure that their memories are wiped. But y'all owe me a minor boon for this.
You're always welcome in the dungeon.
That's not what kind of boon I'm looking for, and you know it.
Well, you can use it for whatever you want.
That's not the kind of boon I'm looking for, and you know it.
Yes, the coterie will owe you a minor boon.
How is it the caitiff is the one with the common sense in this room? He doesn't wait for an answer. He walks off, grabs the bodies, is on his phone. He's off to handle that mess. So you guys are now left in the Glass Quarter lab. Suddenly, the emergency lights kick on.
Did he leave the body if we're going to test the blood?
Yeah, he left the dead body. He took the two
Awesome.
living bodies
Awesome.
to deal with. The dead body, on the other hand, is still with you guys.
I can't tell if he bought that lie or not.
Oh, not at all.
That's
I
what
look
I'm
to the
afraid of.
Nosferatu as she says that.
You guys forget there's two Nosferatu in the room.
Oh,
I just always
Lux
assume
didn't.
there's two Nosferatu in the room. Then
You
we know
always
everything.
you always assume there's two Nosferatu in the
At
room.
least.
At
That's,
least.
that's a conservative estimate. There's always at least two Nos in the room.
so Spark.
Grin and Spark are just sitting there fucking attempting not to cackle. Spark's jaw, he hasn't even bothered to reset it, so it's clicked back up into its socket. It's just hanging there, and he's just
I might bring a ball gag for you next time.
Please do, because if he
I'd
says
like
anything,
it too much.
So I don't think it works with a jaw that is unhinged.
I will steal his
Oh.
bottom half of his jaw
Yeah,
then.
you
Trust me,
need the
it's
full mask.
not the standard one.
Do
Okay.
you want me to look into the body and the blood then?
So who's with us? And who's with our little sign of Gehenna?
I will say this right now. I'm not technology. I know technology, I know science and stuff, but I'm not. I'm willing to help.
I can hand you things. I don't
Same.
know this. I can hand you whatever you need, I guess.
Malkavian, what's your name again?
Isolde.
Isolde. Grin looks at you. Now, Grin, if you guys remember, is bald and has these purplish spider veins across his skin that's almost scaly. It reminds you of Cradle Cap in a lot of ways, and it sloughs off of him. He's also, with him being in the room, you notice the room is considerably colder. His presence is unnerving. When he moves, his body doesn't move quite right. It's as if the joints for him are still in place. They just bend the opposite of how they are supposed to. And he looks at you, Isolde, and Grin goes, "How good are you with auspex?"
Not at all.
You watch his eyeballs roll into the back of his head, roll around as if they're detached, and come back up the opposite way when you say that.
That's fascinating.
Why?
What the fuck? Okay, what are you good at?
Hiding. Being stealthy. Running away. Well, not running away, but being stealthy and hiding.
Does anybody in this group have auspex?
I can give you help a little.
Great.
Do you have any kind of data banks we can try to cross-reference this weird symbol I saw as well?
Yeah, we actually have, and he points to a computer over in the corner. You can access the university's library. And
Oh,
any
fantastic.
signed in or any scanned texts you can access from that computer over there. Okay. So, players. Who's doing what? Who's gonna help where?
I'm gonna go with the NOS and try to help them with auspex wherever they might need it, but try to look to the data bank that they have to try to cross-reference the symbol that I saw.
Okay.
Since I am no good at technology and have no aspects, I am just gonna help whoever needs my help.
Same.
Okay, so then we're gonna split the party. We're gonna have Isolde and Mistress Lux and Ernest together as one group who's gonna be working on the blood and all of that. And then we're gonna have the Nosferatu, David, and Anili working on science/folklore research. Okay?
Sounds good.
Who wants to go first?
I'd like to.
You want to? Okay. Sure. All right. So those guys go off to start their investigation of the body. And Anili, Grin, Spark, and David are clustered around a computer and some lab equipment. Well, I mean, where do you guys want to start? Spark says to you guys.
Look over to David really quick, and we need any kind of cross references to something along the lines of, how can I say, it was like the tree of life, but the opposite. It was like roots. We need anything kind of, I guess, symbolism in the sense of roots, especially anything that might coincide with maybe some of the old tales from St. Ardent and the river itself? I know
Yes,
that
there's
don't
got to be
narrow
some
it.
kind of yes, but there's got to be some kind of one of the local legends that it lines up with better than others, perhaps.
Well, I take it, David, that this is your area of expertise?
Yes,
Okay.
but I shouldn't touch the computer.
Why?
Because I'm Lasombra.
Okay. All right, well, I guess you've got your little, meat puppet and Nilly, Grin says, and just kind of chuckles.
I mean, with that, I can also offer my services, whatever they need the aspects with. And I kind of like, I lean over a little bit. I look around the room to make sure he's not back. But I'm like, you know, are you guys like, is there some severe understaffing around here or something? People usually toss around, you know, boons after you do a job for them.
Have you not been in a Camarilla city ever in your life?
I was in one in Buffalo, but I never had to do no work for no sheriff.
Good God. Okay. Not my circus, not my monkeys, but I can foresee that I absolutely have to explain this to you. Boons are our currency. Boons are how we are either rich or poor within kindred society. Boons are your word. Boons are your commitment. They mean everything to us, much like money means everything to humans. I could give a shit less about money. I don't have to pay for food. But I operate in boons, selling and receiving information, trading. That is our currency.
Oh yeah, I mean, I just didn't know you got charged the currency when you complete a job for someone. I mean, hey, but none of my business.
When the sheriff is performing a kindness, it is to be expected that you will owe some sort of boon for that. And cleaning up that little mess with the humans, that's boon-worthy.
All right. I mean, I'll clean the body up myself next time. Then I figured we got rid of bodies around here before. It's all right. What do you want me to do?
Literally, he doesn't even have to attempt to be slack-jawed. His jaw is fucking just hanging to the floor at this point. Just fucking babies, dude. And he looks at Grin, and Grin just shakes his head. And some of the skin that's flaking sloughs off like snow onto the table next to you and Nilly.
I actually rolled a composure etiquette earlier to try to not be disgusted by them, but I'm trying my damnedest to like the flake is like next to my hand. I'm like leaning, and like if I could sweat, I would be, but like I'm just sitting there like trying not to have any emotion. I'm just looking at him like. So to cross reference for these roots, as I like slowly pick my hand up and move it away.
You put your hands on the keyboard.
Yeah.
All right. So, the way we're going to do this. Okay, where do you want to start first off?
It'll probably be best if we just if I do something to try to see if we can pull anything up on the database, and then I'll be open to helping with however the aspects could be used. I'm assuming we'll be looking over the samples with it.
Okay. I'm going to ask for you and David are going to be rolling together because you guys are both seeking information on folklore and that kind of stuff. So what I'm going to ask that you guys roll for me What do I want you guys to roll? There's so many options.
Yes. I have a
There's
number of skills.
So many
for this.
options. It's hard to pick. There we go. Let's see. What skills do I want you to roll? I like options. Let me see. Why don't you give me David, I want you to roll intelligence plus investigation. And I need you to get 3 successes. And Nilly, I need you to roll wits. Actually, excuse me. David, I want you to roll intelligence plus academics. And you need 3 successes.
Okay.
And Nilly, I need you to roll wits plus investigation and get 3 successes. So together, you need to get a total of 6 successes.
Okay. I'm going to rouse my brain,
Okay.
and I am successful.
Yay! Now increased hunger.
Lincoln is hungry.
I got a bestial failure.
You give me the best
Hi.
gifts.
Stop that.
You give me the best gifts. Just so delightful. Okay.
Well, I have 5 successes. oh. Oh man.
Oh man. So David, first I'm gonna deal with yours. I want you to rack your brain. You can't quite get to the answer, but I want you to rack your brain and start talking Anili through your kind of logic of where you should start searching and what things you should start searching.
Okay, so I would say something like, oh, is there? So there are a number of these local legends about rivers, about the river. And there are a number also of local legends about roots coming out of the river. Let's start there. Have we got any legends about roots pulling people into the river? Have we got anything about like root cults? Earth-based cults? Anything like that?
Anili, upon your failure, your beast creeps up the back of your brain and takes over. You're a walking puppet for your beast right now.
Fucking A.
You snarl at the thought. First of all, you're next to 2 fucking ugly and disgusting Nosferatu. And now a La Sombra is telling a Tremere what to do. And
You know what?
Go
I think
ahead.
I get exactly
No.
what I want, right?
Go ahead.
I think
Go ahead.
I've been hungry all night. I'm actually quite hungry, and I've been wanting some of this Lasamba's blood to collect, right? But, and I mean, obviously, feel free to resist. I think I'm going to try to lunge and drink directly from this Lasambra, not knowing that it will bind me. But I just can't help it. I can't help it. I'm gonna literally, like, as he's explaining it, I kind of turn over towards how he's talking to me, And I'm like trying to think of these cults as it is, and I think of when he pushed me back with the shadow, and I'm not mad about it. I'm more interested than anything. But inside of me is that beast, and it's roaring, and I'm like, I need to just taste this motherfucker's blood.
Good news, it won't bind you. Bad news,
Yeah.
all the other problems.
Yeah. So since you are Tremere no longer can be bloodbound.
They can be bloodbound. They
Or
don't
they
blood
can
on
be.
others.
Yeah, they
it
can
takes
bind
3
others.
nights of
Yeah.
feeding on someone before you blood bond.
That's it.
Oh, I thought there
It's
were
just-
steps.
Yeah, it's at 3 you become 3 steps blood bonded, but it takes 3 separate feedings over 3 nights.
Yep.
Yeah, there's no accidental blood bonding unless you have the flaw for it. There is one that one taste automatically bonds you, which is a fun flaw, but by
But it's
normal
okay.
it takes by normal it takes a while.
And I'm gonna actually lunge at David, but I'm gonna I'm assuming like they're stood there next to me, but they're not interacting with the computer. But I'm actually gonna lunge right at their forearm, like the closest thing I can get to.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have Anili here give me let's do Dex plus Brawl. And David, are you paying attention, would you say?
That is a good question.
You could roll wits awareness if you'd like.
I don't think that he's expecting an attack. No.
Oh, you guys are just giving me such gifts today.
You don't expect your coterie mate to try and eat you?
Oh man.
What kind of La Sombre are you?
What kind of summer are you?
I
Okay.
didn't mean to go full Cthulhu.
1 success on the wits awareness.
I would say that you would have the opportunity to dodge then. You are aware enough of your surroundings that the second that Anili makes a move, you will have a chance to dodge. So it's going to be successes versus successes here, okay? So
I got
Anili,
one as well.
you got 1 success. David, what is your... I would need dexterity plus athletics, please.
Dex plus athletics. Okay. All right. Yep. Nothing, but not a bestial failure.
You got 0 successes? Wow.
Not a 1. Oh, it's only 3 dice I was rolling, so.
Okay, all right. Well, fuck it. Anili, you managed to grapple onto his arm. I'm gonna need another dexterity plus brawl check from you to see if you manage to sink your fangs in. David, I'm gonna give you another opportunity to break that with a strength plus athletics.
Okay, well, if we're using strength plus athletics, I am rousing prowess.
Perfect.
I have a success.
1 success, Anili.
Well, I know I don't have. I say a success on the rouse, so make sure.
Okay. You got 2 successes though
Yeah.
on your go to Omnom.
Yeah, brawl dexterity, yes.
Okay.
5 successes.
David rips his fucking arm away from you, Anili. David, why don't you describe to us what that looks like and what you do immediately after?
Yeah, I mean, it's like. I almost expect that he would bleed a little bit because the teeth were like almost there, but he yanks it away so hard that, like, if you're kind of grabbing with your hands and even get a little nick of your teeth, you probably do cause a little bit of bleeding.
Anybody above 2 hunger in the room right now?
Yes.
Do you want to give me a willpower check to see if you
Sure.
resist?
I should be fine. It's not hard to beat it when you're at 3, so.
Just wanted to go to the library, folks.
I just wanted to go to the library. I just wanted some wholesome.
That's 3 successes.
Okay, you definitely smell the scent of blood in the room, and your beast coils in your belly, and you simply go, knock it off, now's not the time. Okay,
As
so
he's seeing this, like my beast is taking over, and I am snarling, but just as he says, like some of the blood like does rip, and there is a bit there. I'm actually like drinking the blood off of like maybe the desk or the floor. I'm like an animal like slurping at that shit.
I would say it like a little bit is on your, like the tiniest bit is on your tooth.
I'm trying to like lick at it, but I'm starting to like look at everyone. Like everyone is fair game right now. I'm literally looking like around the room, even to the Nosferatu.
David, what are you doing?
Yes, kids lost it. I think it's chokeslam time.
Go ahead, roll it. Anili,
Okay, so
you
that's
will
gonna
get
be
you will get a chance to dodge. I will need a dexterity plus athletics check. You will need 2 successes. Actually, no, we'll do success versus success. Tell me what you get, and I'll find out what David gets, and then I'll tell you what happens.
I got another bestial failure.
Oh
Should I
my
be throwing willpower out? Can I use willpower when I'm
You
beasting?
can spend
Please.
a willpower right now to re-roll up to 3 of your dice.
All right, it was 3 in general, so I'm gonna spend a willpower to re-roll. So I don't want to keep.
You can
I
reroll
don't want to.
everything but hunger dice.
Yep, you can re-roll everything but hunger dice.
All right, and it was an athletics dexterity, right?
Correct.
All right, 2 successes.
I have 5.
Anili, David wraps. First of all, are you doing it with your hand, or did you use shadows to do it?
No, this is just
Your hand.
my
Okay.
hand.
Okay. Cool. So David rushes you, Anili, before your beast has that natural instinct to react. And he grabs you by the throat and thrusts you up into the air. This is full on Undertaker WWE style. Just lifts you into the air as though you weighed next to nothing. And he takes you and slams you down onto the linoleum floor.
I'm breathing as he does it, and finally, thank God, I finally get to do it. And as he's going to slam me, I hiss. Fangs bared, all of that hissing as I get slammed into the fucking ground.
The Nosferatu are like, what the fuck is this, Twilight? David, do you hold him there?
I will hold him there, but I think the best way to handle this is going to be... He's not frenzying.
No, not quite. He's just his beast is currently keeping him from thinking straight.
Yeah, we'll try a compel. Look him straight in the eye and just say, stop.
Is there a counter roll to that? I don't have...
Yeah, counter roll is going to be intelligence resolve versus my charisma dominate.
Okay, great. All right, Anili, I'm going to need an intelligence intelligence plus resolve roll. And then David, go ahead and roll yours up, and then we'll compare success versus success.
Ugh. I have 1.
2 successes on my end.
David tells you to stop, Anili, but your beast is whispering up into your brainstem and forcing its way forward.
I'm trying to bite at David's, like, the arm he's holding me with. Like, it's not fruitful at all, but, like, I'm chomping, like, at the air, like
Are
a beast.
you-
Not
are you-
exactly.
Are you trying to break the chokehold he has on you?
I don't think I really realize it. It's the hunger that's driving me, and it's kind of David. The thing that I've been trying to treat as prey, which it obviously is not, the whole night is like it's denying me my hunger, and I'm flipping the fuck out. I'm raving like a child that wants to eat.
David, what are you doing?
I guess that was too simple, so we'll try mesmerize, which for some reason is a completely different role that I'm much better at.
Is it the same counter roll?
It is, I believe, intelligence resolve.
All right. Anili, roll me intelligence resolve. David, roll it up and tell me how many successes you guys get.
3 successes on my end.
Yeah, it's 1 for me.
He's still not listening to you, David. He is snarling. There is blood-tinged foam at the corners of Anili's mouth. He is quickly approaching frenzy.
So at this
We
point,
hear-
I'm kind of
Oh yeah,
Can we
you guys
please-
absolutely hear. Do you guys want to jump in?
We're to
Yeah.
the other side of the room watching this happen. I'm just like,
What
do either of you not have a stake? Please put this man in a box for a little bit.
golly, this is bad.
Grin
Um,
kind of is just sitting back watching it.
I think Mistress Lux is going to turn on awe and walk over with her whip. And are you still holding him by the neck?
Yeah,
I'm
he's still
holding him down by the neck. Yeah.
Yeah, he is on the ground, laying, Anili thrashing like a toddler that you're trying to put clothes on and they don't want clothes on themselves. And he's foaming, and there's blood-tinged foam at the corners of his mouth, and he is just snarling. He's
I think Mistress Lux will go over there, activate awe, and like bring out the whip and go, "Dear, are you having issues? What is wrong with you?"
As I'm
And
just
it's
raving.
a manipulation presence versus a composure intelligence. So you would roll composure and intelligence.
Roll
and
it
I
up,
would
Anili.
roll. So
2 successes.
I would get 1 for presence. You said how many?
He got 2 successes.
I got 3.
Anili, your beast, you feel it detach from your brainstem and coil and cower down into your belly. It is still hungry. It is not happy about being forced back. But you now are able to have much more composure. Give me a wits plus awareness roll, Anili.
And I think as Mistress Lux says that, and she notices that he's like calming down a little bit more, she'll wrap the whip back up and bend down next to him and just, stroke his hair a little bit and say, "That's a good boy. Now, you don't have to be a beast just because you're a monster. Do you understand?"
With the roll you asked for, I got 2 successes.
You are intensely aware at this moment that David's hand is firmly around your throat, pinning you to the ground. And you are aware of every single hair on top of your head as it shifts under Mistress Lux's gentle but firm presence of her hand in your hair.
I'm like looking to Mistress Lux. I can't help it in a sense.
Mom, sorry.
As I look to them, I can still feel this hand on my throat, and I kind of break the eye contact, and I look over to David as well, and then I like look back around the room like I'm trying to like what the fuck just happened, but I sit there and I stop breathing and struggling, and I'm just there quiet. I don't say anything. I look back to Mistress Lux as they're saying this, and I kind of look like disgusted, but disgusted almost in myself.
You suddenly hear the Nosferatu. You hear Grin go, "Ha! You owe me $5, bitch."
That's so funny.
Blink twice if you're not going to try to bite me.
I clench my teeth, my fangs, and I try to retract them. And I look to David, and I blink twice, and I just don't move. I'm just kind of splayed out, laid there.
Okay,
I think he's good now.
Yeah, I'll slowly let go.
One of the Nosferatu spark walks up to you, David, and hands you a steak. I think you need this more than I do.
Can we get some bags for the room, if that's possible?
Yeah.
Maybe we'll quell some of this
Hey, fun fact,
hunger.
bags don't work for
Bloodlust.
people that don't have the merit that lets you eat them.
I thought it was just dependent
No.
on humanity.
Nope. Bagged blood, well, specifically prepared black blood works, but you need iron gullet to eat diffractionated blood, which is what blood bags are.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a specific blood alchemy that lets you make blood bags for everybody.
Grin
Everyone else has to drink from actual living people.
Grin says, "I'll do you one better. Hey, we got a herd of some street urchins. I will have a couple come up."
What
Perfect.
did he just say?
He said he's got a herd of street urchins.
Uh-huh.
Speaking about feeding from things that other people can't, while Amelia was providing a very nice distraction, can I eat part of this person, this body that's been left with me? Because I do have the merit that lets me eat just cold, dead blood and bagged blood.
Are you trying to be stealthy?
I figure I'm getting some kind of giant bonus from the people trying to actively kill each other in the room.
I mean, not wrong. Sure.
But yeah,
Fuck it.
he's just-
One success and you can do it. I need you to roll. Let's do just Dex plus stealth to see if you
Okay.
nom this without anybody
Almost yearns
noticing.
for the flesh.
And with the distraction that has happened, and now
I mean, he's not
now
eating
the
person,
mention
he is
of
just feeding from the corpse. Because I mean, even though our Malkavian killed them this way, they do still have blood in them. So try and get some of that.
Oh my god. It's part of the experiment.
Maybe, because
Yeah.
I did stab him in the jugular, so he bled out quite a bit.
Hey, so that's 3 successes.
you managed to get one blood point stealthily We get to knock off
Cool.
one bit of hunger.
That's fine. That takes me back down to hunger 2, which I feel slightly better at before I start trying to do blood sorcery.
Nobody notices. Nobody noticed. Not even the Nosferatu, which is impressive, might I say. But then again, they're too busy betting on Tremere versus La Sombra action.
If you're gonna be a walking sign of the apocalypse, you have to be careful.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, so now Spark has handed you a steak and has gone back to the phone to call up a couple of these street urchins that are under his protection. A man and a woman walk in, probably 18-ish, early 20s. Definitely young adult. Not teenager, not child, young adult. And they walk in, and they are eager to be fed off of at your guys' disposal.
So when David had moved away, I would have like pushed myself up off the ground after a few minutes and kind of just went and like just stood in the corner and like had a pity party for myself, arms crossed. And when I see him come in, I'm like, I just needed a drink, and I'll walk right up to him and start feeding.
The gentleman lets you go ahead and feed off of him. You can take yourself down to 1 blood point. Or 1 hunger, excuse me.
And yeah, I'm being so pissy about this too. Like I'm like a child having a temper tantrum.
Oh. Anybody else want to feed? Mr. Slugs is like, I don't feed off of them.
Oh, well, that and she fed in the warehouse. She's good.
That's right. Isolde is at
Still
0
good,
hunger. Because
Let's go.
omnomage. All right. So the Nosferatu says, Mina and Spike, thank you so much, guys. I'll see you back in the sewers. They walk off, happy that they could be of service.
All right, I'm going to go help our other coterie member with the dead body. Are we good here? Do I have to lay down the law, as it were?
Anili has run away.
That Anili is going to have a pity party.
He is having a pity party currently.
Yes.
Well,
We
I
good?
do believe you needed Anili's help anyway. Maybe it's a good opportunity for that.
Grin looks over at you and goes, I gotcha. And shuffles into the computer seat, ready to type.
Hey, Grant, whose domain are we currently in?
I mean,
The princess?
technically the princes, though we kind of run the show down here. Why?
Just curious.
Okay. And Grin just sits at the computer. All right. Shadowy one. What do you want me to look up? What am I doing?
Well, now that I see what's just happened, we're looking for roots, legends of the river, particularly legends of roots coming out of the river, legends of the earth attacking people, legends of, well, sprouts of anger, riots, things like that.
All right. So you originally got 5 successes. Grin gets 2 successes. And he's scanning. And he's scanning. And he's scanning. And then he finds something. Have you seen this? And he points to the screen. And there's a scanned article out of an anthology of folklore from the upper Midwest, dated 1955, but the article was posted earlier than that. David, I'm going to DM you this, and I'm going to show the screen, so no cheating, anyone. Let me open up the evidence for our viewers at home, and then I'm going to send this to you, David.
Oh. Yeah, I think. All I see is a period.
There you go.
Oh, there it goes.
And Grin just sits back as you scan the document. Yo, Shadows, is this what you were talking about?
Yes, that is most beautiful. Most useful. Don't let anyone tell you you're not beautiful, because you are.
Thanks.
He's lying to you.
You lie to yourself all the time. And he goes back to looking at David.
Not wrong.
Yes, this may be the key to what we're looking for. It implies that... Now, we'd have to connect it, of course, but it does imply that anger and terrible acts near the river angers the river itself. A most useful lead, I think.
All right. Well, I'll let you continue to peruse this while I can go and... Hey, Pissy Tremere.
Yeah.
Ethan, Edwin, Ethel, whatever the fuck your name is. Get over here. I need your help.
I'll skulk over.
So I want to... These samples of the sediment that you guys got, I want to run some tests. But I'd like to hear your thoughts. What kind of... And his jaw unhinges. What kind of test do you want to run on this sediment?
Look disgusted at it for a second. We collected the briefcase. We know that you took some of the samples that the person had. I can't remember the name right now, but I should. But they had in the briefcase. I know you took some of those. But we got this, the glove that I point to, and then we got this that was taken off of the tire itself, and then I pointed the piece of metal, and I was able to get some metal off the car. The interesting thing is it seems to bind and stick to things, like we could call it organic, if we want to call metal organic. In a sense, it's an element, but the tire didn't stick too oddly. I think we should start with maybe some basic testing to see if these samples respond and or I suppose attach themselves to things just on a whim. But I guess this is where it gets weird too, is we're gonna have to keep these experiments in action for when the storms kick in too.
I mean, it's
'Cause-
storming like all hell right now.
All right, it's better now than whenever. But I say we try to lay out some basic elements to see if it responds.
All right. Yeah, we can do that. He takes a metal, it almost looks like a baking pan or like a surgical tray, but it's a little deeper. And he points to it and goes, "Drop your samples in there. I don't want to touch this shit."
All right. And like as I'm saying that, I'm actually like looking over to David a little bit, but I'm not like, it's not like a predator way. I actually look like a little like I'm just pissed at myself. But now, I don't know if it works, right? So I rolled humanity to see if I would care about this, but do you check humanity when you're trying to feel compassion for other monsters, or is that not? I'm just kidding. But I take the samples. All right. The one thing though is we should keep these samples kind of going for further observation,
Yeah.
because I'm not going to rule out that whatever the fuck is going on with this dirt isn't somehow manifesting its own kind of symbolism to enact whatever the fuck it's doing, because this has to be magical. And
He
I'd say
pulls
that
out
as I'm
an-
like putting them out.
Yeah, he pulls out another tray so that way you have two separate trays.
Perfect. And I start meticulously, Premiere style. I just take every sample, break it up into actually 3 piles first, in case I fuck one of them up, and I start putting one pile on one tray, another on the other, and we get a nice little spread of elemental exposure tray. Do you want any rolls from me to?
No, I'll just, you can have it for free.
All right.
You can,
You know.
you,
Do I sneeze and go bestial again?
No. You managed to put them all on the trays. And then Spark looks at you and goes, "Well, I mean, I have a bit of copper that we can test."
Right, yeah, like a spread of metals, and let's do some basics too. I want to see how it reacts to fire, water, and maybe even if we have some sterile dirt, I could go grab some from a potted plant.
I mean, what about Vitae?
Vitae too.
Okay.
And I would actually, with that, well, if we're gonna test it with Vitae, we should test it with some blood of the kind as well.
I mean, that's easily enough. So, I'm going to have you do a series of rolls, Anili, to see, and we're going to go down the line of each element to see how it reacts. So, for the first one, I want you to roll. Let's do wits plus. What do I want? Let's do wits plus medicine or academics. Or no, medicine or science.
Two successes.
Okay. Grin and Spark stand around watching and observing. And Spark goes over to like I want to say refrigerator. It's not a refrigerator, but it's a refrigerated system. And takes out 2 medical vials that are labeled. And they seem to have blood in them. Human blood. And he drops them gently in front of one tray on two of the piles to see what happens. The blood sits there for a second and then seeps into the ground like you would normally expect it would with soil. The sediment doesn't move against it. Doesn't seem bothered by it being there.
All right. Another weird idea, and I don't know if we can I don't know how none of it works. I'm not a botanist, but the thing is, when we were at the river, the plants were stretching towards the river itself too. I'm wondering if this soil, if we do expose blood to it, maybe of the kind, but we still got to check kindred as well. But I wonder how a plant would respond in this dirt at the same time. But that's obviously going to take a bit more time. So I look to like the other elements available, or actually, I don't know if I should be this bold. Should I try to drop some of my own blood into the dirt?
Spark looks at you and goes, well, I sure as hell am not dropping my blood on this. And you're the one with the heightened emotions right now. Wouldn't you think? And his jaw comes unhinged. That it is kind of apropos. Cracks his jaw back up.
Frowning at the sight. Yeah. Rather just make sure to try to cover all the bases.
Grin just scratches his head and more skin flakes off.
Careful with the samples with that stuff. And then I do hold my hand out and I try to just fucking draw like my nail into my finger and do a single drop of my blood into one of the piles.
As your blood pools in your little cut on your finger, you watch the soil, almost like a reverse drip, defying gravity, just slowly reaches for your blood and your finger before the drop can even come off. Give me a dexterity plus athletics roll, please.
One single success.
That's all you need. You managed to snatch your hand away before. That's fucking weird.
A fucking magnet. So I'm just looking at this with concern now.
I wonder. Grin takes his phone out and he dials a number. Hey, Mina. I want you to piss off Spike. Yeah, no, I don't know. Take his weed. I don't know. Perfect. Send him in. Spike comes in. Pissed off. His eyes are rimmed red. But he doesn't dare go against Grin. He looks at him and goes, what do you need, boss? They're gritted teeth. All I need is a little of your blood. And then I'll give you a bag of weed and send you on your way. And he just clenches his teeth at the ridiculousness of this Nosferatu playing with him. And he holds out his arm. And Grin goes over with one, like, you know when you see a stoner and they have really, really, really long nails from pinching roaches? Okay, that's what this Nos, and it's dirty. It's nasty looking. Like, it's yellow. And he runs it along the palm of Spike. And the blood starts to drip down his hand. And Nilly, I need you to give me a wits plus investigation roll, please.
3 successes.
You immediately see, probably before anyone else does, the dirt start to try and rise, and it spirals up with these tendrils that come together and reach for Spike's hand.
Can I try to move his hand away for him while it's coming up if I see it that quick?
Sure. Yeah. I'll just let you have it. You knock his hand away. What the
And
fuck,
as I do
man?
it, I point at the tendrils coming out.
And you see these little tendrils coming up and kind of shift as the hand is moved away. What the fuck is that?
In the example he brought in, or the person, this is just a regular human, right?
Yep. Grin.
I look to Grin and I'm like, listen, I'm not trying to get any information out of you guys, but I know that you both probably already know a bit more than we do. But with the first encounter that we had down at the docks that started this whole shit, those people were exposed to the soil down there, right? And then I look to the kind, and he's pretty already emotional, I would say. Do we want to take this experiment a step further? As I look to the dirt and then his herd member.
You ain't fucking with him. This is as much danger as I'm willing to put him in. So you can take that idea and shove it straight up your ass.
We're gonna have to find some guinea pig.
That's fine. It won't be one of mine. Send Spike out of the room. With his bag of weed. You guys carry on. And you experiment with different metals, water, whatnot. The soil binds to the metal. It doesn't want to flake off of it or move off of it. Other elements it does. You guys try a bit of concrete. It doesn't shift from that either. Is there any other test you want to run?
I think I'm gonna go with just these elements and what we've been exposing it to so far, and I'm just gonna kind of be wrapped in that in a sense.
Okay. So we're gonna shift from here in what you've been doing over to the dead body now. Ernest, Mr. Slux, and Isolde, what are you guys doing?
I think Mistress Lex is just looking at Ernest like, so what exactly do you need from us?
I don't know yet. See what we can get from the blood, and then I'm gonna go through whatever's on his body and see if there's anything there.
I think we already took things out of his pockets. I could be wrong.
I
He's
don't
old.
remember us doing that. I think we just chucked them in the truck or
Well, that's
SUV.
true.
So that I can get a clear picture, you all were at a warehouse and you were attacked by this group,
Mhm.
and then you brought them here?
Yes.
They were
Well,
unconscious.
we couldn't leave them. That would be suspicious.
Okay. But you brought them here. Oh. But yeah, no, we'll start with from the taste of blood I got earlier. I'm guessing taste of blood will give me. It'll tell me if they're a ghoul or a human or a kindred. I'm guessing just human then.
Yeah, they are just human.
Okay. Normally, dead blood doesn't carry resonance, but the way these things have had their emotions amped up, am I getting any hint of that?
You get you get the faintest taste in the back of your throat that is prickled with anger and violence.
Yeah, so that is
But it's faint.
yeah, and normally dead blood is dead. You get nothing from it. That I'm tasting anything at all is strange.
It's very strange.
The amount of these people's emotions being heightened and ramped up. I know there's some disciplines that do that. Drugs can do some of that as well.
True. Or
Um,
blood laced in the drugs.
Yeah, I know that there is some powers that convey rage on top of the. We have some books that talk about other supernatural's blood that do similar things, but this is different.
I don't know if it correlates, but I was very unnaturally angry when they burst in.
Mm.
I know what you told the sheriff, but did you feel anything strange when you fed from this person?
I mean, I couldn't stop.
Was that your beast wouldn't let you stop because of your own hunger, or something about the blood made you continue?
My hunger wasn't the issue. I just felt that I needed to end it, to end him.
Isolde, you remember that though you were hungry, it was as though the emotions that were so heightened in that moment drew you in and heightened the worst parts about the beast inside of you, to the point where you couldn't stop if you had wanted to. You didn't want to. You weren't allowed to feel anything other than that deep desire within your very bones. That call for blood. And that's all you could think about.
So someone or something is heightening emotions in people, and it's causing them to riot, to fight. That emotion seems to carry over and feed the beast more than it should, or draw the beast out, I guess.
I didn't feel this way until we saw that strange symbol that seemed to be imprinted on the ground. What was his name? Ethan again. Yes, Ethan had pointed out earlier.
Do we have a drawing of the symbol somewhere? Did anyone sketch it or anything?
Just looks like
Unfortunately not.
roots, like a trunk in its roots.
Hmm.
Well, like a cut off trunk in its roots.
Okay. Yeah, and then Ernest will start going through the man's pockets, his wallet, pockets, his phone, if that's still around. Anything that to give us a sense of maybe where this guy was. Is he tied to any of the other locations we've dealt with this stuff before?
You see a driver's license, a wallet with very little cash, couple bucks. Driver's license puts him living within the area of the docks. You also pull out a folded photograph. Do you look at it?
Yeah. I
You want?
think Ernest would pulled out like a notepad that he's taking notes on of all this. So
You unfold the photograph and it rests on the table. And you see this man as he was in life, with a young pregnant wife and a little girl that could have been his spitting image. And he is holding her hand. His name was Robert.
Robert Robertson.
No, Robert Jameson, but close.
I can't bring myself to look at the photo.
yeah, Ernest will like take down notes off the driver's license. The photo will get tucked into the little notebook. The couple of dollars out of the wallet go into Ernest's pocket, and the wallet goes back.
Are there any symbols on the body itself? Like maybe like anything that represents like the root symbol, or
No.
maybe
He's got, he's got a...
besides the gaping hole in his neck.
Right. I mean, on his shoulder, he's got a cross that has thorns wrapped around it, like a typical, like, modern Christian tattoo. It doesn't pique your interest, or it doesn't pique your mind to be like gang related or with any known organizations that potentially don't like Kindred or nothing like that. Just your standard generic tattoos. You look on his forearm and you see in very broken, like childlike script tattooed onto his arm, you see his daughter's name, Emily.
Is the address for the docks anywhere near the that biker bar?
No, it's on the other side.
Okay.
And kind of like, it's a poorer neighborhood, but it's a residential neighborhood, whereas the biker bar is more into the industrial district.
Well, gives us a lead of some sort. not the most pleasant of one to go see what his family might know. It's harder to find out, but something did this to him and sent it towards you all. Do we kind of know what happened with the research that Anelli was doing?
Do you guys want to come back together now and discuss?
I mean, I think so. Don't think we're getting anything else off the body.
Okay.
So
Yeah, absolutely. You guys can come back together and discuss.
I don't have the fancy let me see your memory powers, so.
So, are we good now? Are we all, as the kids say, chill?
I look over at David and I'm like, yeah, I think I'm good. And I kind of like, I don't know, like I sulk a little bit saying that. And then I kind of like say it out loud. I look at the ground and I'm like, oh, sorry about that. But we got a response. With some of the samples that we took from the dirt, it seems that it's fucking weird. It's almost like a cool little magnet piles or whatever, but it was like tendrils almost reaching up towards blood of the kind and of kindred.
So it was
What
similar.
caused the response?
Live blood. It wasn't they had some samples that were from the bags or vials, and they didn't do nothing. But when it came right from the vessel itself, the living vessel, or undead vessel in this case too, that's when we got the response.
Then how do we explain the tendrils going after the dead body in the impound lot?
I mean, it was still warm.
I suppose.
Freshly dead, and I mean not
You
for
still
nothing.
have the samples. Then are they still sitting out?
Yeah, they're still sitting out.
Because you said they attracted towards Anelli's blood, and they attracted towards the other guy after you guys angered him correctly.
Correct.
Ernest will just like prick a finger so he has a drop of his own vitae, but he doesn't have any intense emotion at the moment. Does it react the same way?
No.
They're drawn towards the emotion, and something is heightening it. Normally, the dead don't carry emotion in their blood. The blood is inert. It doesn't carry the resonance. This still had some, even after all this time. And if this thing was still trying to get towards the dead bodies, it's not attracted to the vitae, it's attracted to the resonance, to the emotion carried in it. Which means someone is fattening up people to feed to whatever this is.
But it doesn't make any sense, because I wasn't angry or emotional whenever I was trying to go for the car, and it was reaching for me.
Mistress Lux, give me a wits awareness.
Wits awareness. Let's see. How witty and aware am I? Not very. Two.
As you say that, you think back, and your mind begins to flash memories of that moment in front of your face. And you realize you did have an emotion. It wasn't anger. It was suspicion. You were trying to look at it. and it reacted towards you in that way.
Oh. Well. Oh. Oh. You know the saying that whenever you look into the darkness, sometimes the darkness looks back at you? I think it was seeing me, seeing it, in a way.
Mirrored
Like-
your emotions then?
I mean,
You were suspicious and curious, and it did the same?
maybe, yes. Because it
Please.
wasn't trying to lash out at me. It was trying to, the way you try to like prod at a body or prod at something with a stick. Huh. Oh.
What about this?
David, do you show
Well-
everyone else the article you found?
Yeah, I'm actually going to read the rhyme.
Go ahead.
And so I kind of look pensively for a minute and say, "Hush the river, still your feet. Angry steps make hungry street. Do not shout and do not fight. Not by water, not at night. When voices burn and tempers rise, ground remembers, river spies. Stones will shift and paths will bend. Rage walks where the rivers end. If your heart is hot and loud, turn away and calm it down. Saint Ardent hears the furious sound and pulls the angry to the ground."
Well, that's not ominous at all.
It's a popular children's rhyme from the early 20th century, perhaps a little, probably earlier than that.
Fits with something reacting to strong emotions. I don't know what this is, but something that's drawn to them in a violent manner, it seems, at least in some cases.
But how does it tie in with the river itself and this weather? Could the river be some kind of emotional reservoir in a sense? Is it amplifying these things?
Well, people
It's
react
like a
to
feedback.
People react to weather all the time. If it's too much rain, people get scared with flooding or hurricanes or, severe weather. If it's a drought, the same. People get angry. Hot days make hot tempers.
Pain as well.
It's the
The
same.
pressure of
yes.
storms.
Coldness holds death and, also in some instances, a newness to the area. Everything's blanketed in white. So,
I guess it just doesn't. I ain't never seen any of the kind come at people like or come at Kindred like they're a bunch of Bruja themselves. But one thing I can't get out of my head either is how this is interacting with elements as well. Because if there's this emotional resonance, what kind of emotion makes a car sink into the concrete?
the earth itself. I mean, we call it Mother Nature for a reason, and whenever a severe storm of any kind happens, or severe weather of any kind, we always say, well, someone pissed off Mother Nature.
And the last line of the rhyme is, hears the furious sound and pulls the angry to the ground.
How do we explain Mr. Grady then? I know he was taken to the river. That's
He was curious.
Perhaps
Like
the
we
river
are.
became curious about him.
I suppose.
He mentioned that night from the voice recordings we got that there was some kind of fight going on. If that anger caused something to lash out, he might have just been caught because he was too curious for his own good.
Well, the voices told me that he listened too hard. So I suppose you're right. He could have gotten caught up in whatever was going on at the dock at the time.
Are any of you guys paying attention to what's going on around you?
I guess I'm swinging my
somewhat,
head
yeah.
around, like just
Never.
sulking still.
Whoever wants to, give me a... Let's do wits awareness. One, okay.
Just fun.
4.
3.
Okay.
I've already spent a willpower this round, and I'd like to spend another to re-roll. I just
Sure.
don't want to give you guys bestial failures all night.
Go ahead.
Fucking roll successes when I'm trying to fight my own teammate.
Brother.
Why not? we like the wild card.
All right, 3 successes, and I'm currently at 4 willpower.
Okay.
4 is still a good amount.
David?
David's not paying attention.
David is
lost in
not paying
academic
attention.
land.
Cool. Awesome. Simultaneously, Anili, Isolde, and Ernest. It's as though your attention, for whatever reason, is snapped towards the tray samples that have not been messed with yet. You notice all 3 piles have combined while you guys were talking. And it's now reaching out past you guys. When suddenly you hear and the sheriff kicks in the door to the lab and yells, "We have a situation." And that's where we're going to go to break.
Oh, God.
Cool.
I'm not nervous at all.
Yeah, no big deal. Cool.
Hold on, let me roll a reaction to the sheriff to get another bestial failure.
Jesus.
Sheriff, we're not with this man.
He's gonna beat my ass when he knows I was fighting in this lab.
Probably.
That's the situation.
That's the situation. No, it's not. All right, chat. Chat's sweating. Chat, we will be back in about 8 or so minutes. We're going to take a break to unshrimp ourselves, get some water, get some bathroom. Thank you so much for joining us tonight for episode 3 of St. Ardent by Night. We appreciate it. And we'll be back here in just a few minutes. Thank you so much, guys. And we are back. Hello. So, before the break, you guys had just noticed the sentient dirt reaching out over you guys. And suddenly an alarm goes off. And the sheriff bursts in, saying, "We've got a situation." He looks over at the dirt that is Still moving. Up. You wouldn't think that it could clear that much distance with how little dirt there was. But as you guys have discovered, this is no normal, just dirt.
Ernest's gonna try to just push the dirt back into the container and put the lid on.
Okay. Give me a...
Can't let it run around wild. We gotta get back in the box.
Sure. Give me a... Let fucking strength the athletics.
Let's hope that's not a too terribly hard thing to do.
How many successes?
Well, I only have 1 dice for the rolls, so probably not many. I have no dots in athletics and 1 dot of strength, so at the most we're gonna get 1.
Okay.
So we're probably gonna fail, but we'll roll it.
I mean,
I could blood surge, I guess, but that doesn't help a whole lot.
the choices are yours, my friend.
So we're gonna go with 0 successes.
Great.
And it's definitely not one of those good kind of failures.
Wait. Did you get a beast?
Oh yeah, it's a 1. It's a 1 on that dice, so yes, that's a bestial failure.
Oh no!
Ernest is about to get his ass kicked by a mud pie.
Okay. Let me ask you this. How does Ernest's beast typically manifest?
Ernest's beast is not tied to a clan or a stereotype in that direction, but his beast is a survivor, so when it manifests, cowardice is number 1. Like, his curiosity is more the human side of things, but if the beast is in control, running away and hiding from things is definitely more likely what he's going to do.
Okay. Okay, so as you kind of reach down within yourself to gain courage, right? All that you're met with is your beast. And though you are not overly hungry, it still is sitting like a cold stone at the base of your stomach. And as your beast grips you in that moment, you are filled with dread and fear. This thing could kill you, is what's running through your mind. And you begin imagining all the ways of how the dirt would consume your hand and crawl up your arm, slowly scraping the skin from your bones. And in that moment, you want nothing to do with that. So you move away as quick as you can.
Yeah, he kind of reaches out towards the dirt, has that moment of struggle against it, and then is just going to bolt to the other side of the room.
What is everyone else at the table seeing as you do this, Ernest?
I mean, like you said, the tendril's kind of reaching out to the sheriff, so he like kind of steps in front of it, tries to push it back, and when he tries to do that, it pushes him almost, and he's just nope, and tries to put as much distance from him and the room. He'll keep an eye kind of fixed on this tendril to make sure it's not coming after him, but is getting as far across the room as he can. He doesn't have speed or anything like that, so it's all fairly mundane, but it's very clear that Ernest is scared and wants nothing more to do with that dirt.
Okay. The sheriff takes this in and goes, fucking what the fuck is going on? We don't have time. Grin, get a hold on whatever the fuck that is. I'm gonna deal with that later. We have a situation.
It's the sentient dirt. That's what we were trying to tell
great.
you.
I don't fucking care. We have a situation. And as he says we have a situation, you hear pounding at the lab door. Boom! Boom! Boom!
That might explain why the dirt went sentient, if that was any indication.
Yeah,
Shouldn't
The
have been.
alarms.
here.
That
The alarms are still going off.
Great.
Suddenly the door breaks off of its hinges and lands. And you guys look to the door, and in shambles a woman. Her hair is long and unkept and hangs slightly in front of her face. And maybe at one point she could have been called beautiful, but she looks like a husk of herself. Her eyes, pinpoints. The pupils are pinpoints. Her green, emerald, shimmering eyes are nothing of what they once were. They are dull, haunted. Dark circles are present underneath her eyes. She looks hollow. And she cocks her head to the side and stares at you all. What do you guys do?
Sheriff, do you know who this is? Or what this is?
Yeah, this is fucking Ellie. She was in quarantine and somehow broke out when the fucking power went out.
Quarantine for what?
Ellie starts moving closer to you guys, slowly, shambling towards you.
Mistress Lex just kind of
She goes,
unfurls the whip.
There is not human in her eyes anymore. She bares her fangs and looks at you, rotating her head almost to the point of it seeming unnatural. Her dirty, blonde, greasy hair falling to the side. And her just looking at you. The sheriff stops what he's doing and goes, I don't have time to explain. Kindred, Malkavian, psychotic? ever since the storms and the humming, we've had her in quarantine for her safety. She's broken out.
Did you just say the hum?
When the sheriff says the hum is old, you start hearing it. That low frequency hum. It's never really left you. But it's there. In fact, why doesn't everybody here give me a wits awareness?
Great
Three.
success.
2 3s.
Bestial failure.
And
I
what's the
noticed
count?
that I exist.
You notice you exist. Great.
I got one.
Cool.
No success.
You got no successes?
No successes, but not a
Okay.
bestial failure.
Perfect. Great. Love it.
I'm in danger.
Mistress Lux and Nellie and Ernest, you all faintly start to hear the hum.
Oh no, not again.
It's there. Ever present. That low frequency hum. David, you don't hear shit. And my lovely Malkavian is old. As you begin to hear the hum, that cacophony that you heard before of the Madness Network screaming at you to listen, plus the hum, becomes overwhelming. You can't think in this moment. You can't speak in this moment. At least you think you can't speak. You are inundated with the madness.
As this is happening, I am going to like slowly back away from the group. Or stagger, whichever one fits the vibes better. I feel
Probably
stagger.
Stagger, probably. You are not aware of your surroundings. You don't know where you are. You have been transported to another Malkavian state of being at this point. You don't
States.
Yeah, you have no idea what's going on around you. All you hear is the low hum and then the Madness Network screaming this cacophony of voices and sounds and colors and tastes and every single sensory experience you can have in that moment. It's all there in your head. As Isolde is having her meltdown, if anybody else in the group, you know what? In fact, those of you who rolled 3 successes would notice immediately that Isolde is not herself right now. She is mirroring Ellie in this moment. So now you have 2 Malkavians on the brink of madness. What do you guys do?
I think we need to knock one of them out so we don't get in too much of a heap of trouble. Or both.
I have a stake.
Ernest's gonna look towards David.
Knockout, not knock out.
Stake is how you do that. Yes, put the stake in that one.
Which one?
The one that broke in the door.
Oh, good. For a second there, I thought you were talking about me.
I mean, staking his old will probably also happen. Staking your coterie mates is just part of being in a coterie.
Yeah. I'm looking out for you, buddy. All right.
Staked you for your own good.
David, are you going to go try and stake the psycho one? She starts...
Yes, but I'm gonna...
As you're doing that, as you're readying, she starts mumbling. They've always been there. They've always been there. Roots. I see it. I see the roots. I see them. You also see the tendrils reaching for both Isolde and Ellie in this moment.
So I actually wanted to pick up tendril duty, so I don't think it's the craziest idea for containment. But I wanted to know, because like we've come to a conclusion that these response to emotions. So I wanted to know if I could do like a composure awareness to try to compose myself so that my intention is to contain this tendril in the way that Ernest was going to try to. But I want to compose myself before that so I can approach it emotionless. I'm like, okay, like in Anili's head, he's thinking like, I'm hearing this fucking hum. These Malkavians are going fucking crazy right now. Like we need to survive.
Sure. Fuck it. Why not?
All right, perfect.
Ernest lost a fight to a clod of dirt earlier, so he's not terribly interested in a physical altercation with anyone in this room. So he is looking for exits out of here, including up to like air vents and floor drains, kind of.
I mean,
he's looking for anything out of here.
There's the entrance that Ellie just came in, and then there's also an entrance where the rest of your coterie came in, which is the parking garage.
Cool. He is just seeking to put distance between himself and the threats in the room, because
there are many.
Yeah. If Isolde is not reacting violently, but is more just like wandering dazed, he would just try and guide her away from the grasping dirt tendrils and the crazy person, you know.
Bold of you to assume I'm not also crazy.
Yeah, that's like if you are just wandering in a daze, that's different
more
than
crazy.
Active homicidal.
As
Just
you are
the crazier person in the room.
As you are attempting to go up to Isolde and move her, Isolde, you feel compelled, unnatural compel to move towards the sentient dirt, as Ellie is also moving towards the sentient dirt.
All right. I think Mistress Lux will look at David. You get the one that is over there, and I'll get her. And
Started said you get the crazy one, and then realized there's two of them.
Yeah.
Oh, this is as good as plan as any. Yes.
Okay. And then Mistress Lux is going to gonna whip it.
Whip it good.
Try to get Isolde like knocked down and hogtied.
So are you trying to go for her like torso, her leg? What are we thinking?
Probably like around the knee to kind of yank it up, and so the leg.
Not the knees. My knees are weak.
Yeah, exactly.
Arms are heavy.
Mom spaghetti.
Exactly.
There's dirt on her shoulder already.
All right, yeah. Let's go with a little bit of dexterity plus
melee.
Yes, that's what we determined last time.
I really need to take a specialty in whips for melee. Oh, okay, that's good. Ish.
I need to.
I'm gonna burn a willpower.
Do I need to roll
Rerolled.
any resistance or anything against the whip?
You can roll. Let's say.
Okay. Oh, that's really good.
Let's say, Isolde, you're gonna roll dexterity, athletics.
No. Three successes on my end.
I critted.
You
So,
critted.
yeah. So 7.
I'm going down.
You going down. Azul, you are not aware. You are solely focused on the fact that you need to get to the sentient dirt. It's calling towards you. Your madness network is compelling you to go towards that dirt. But you're suddenly stopped. And you feel as you aren't, no, in this moment you don't even feel it. The whip whips around your knees and locks. And Mistress Lux, describe what you do in that moment.
I think as soon as the whip makes contact and she sees it do the bind around the knees a couple of times, she's going to be like, well, it's for her own good, and whip it back. And so she falls, unfortunately, on her face. So like face first and onto the whatever the flooring is of the lab, and she's going to go up and tie, like she's done many times, tie the other part of the whip to the hands and bind, and be like, you're not going anywhere, and just like sit on top of her.
Azul, do you fight?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So you managed to get the whip around her, but I'm going to need strength brawl from each of you. Actually, no. Yours, Mistress Lux, is dexterity brawl. Isolde, yours is strength brawl. Your mic is muted.
Can I use my dominatrix rules under etiquette to
No.
Okay. Damn.
Not in this instance.
Okay.
Two
I'm going
successes.
to rouse to
Okay.
get more.
How many successes, Isolde?
I don't get hungrier. So I add an extra die. So. You said 2?
Yes.
That is 3.
Isolde, you are using every avenue you have. You are clawing. You are whipping your body to get away from Mistress Lux in this moment. She doesn't exist. All you know is that something is stopping you. But she manages, in this melee of arms and legs and teeth and nails, to get your hands and your legs close enough to hogtie you. What do you do at this point?
I think I'm still resisting, even though I am now restrained. Muttering, the roots, they call for me, the roots.
As you're saying the roots, they call to me, Ellie is echoing the same sediment and moving towards the dirt as well. Are you, Mistress Lux, are you holding on?
I'm like, I have a hand on the binding and sitting on top.
She is actively writhing out from underneath you right now.
It is perfectly fine. It's not the first time that she is Mistress Lux has dealt with a rowdy, bound individual.
We got some coterie wrestling here today.
Exactly. This episode brought to you by PvP. Want your coterie to bond? Try PvP.
Yeah. All right. So David, what are you doing in this moment now? We're gonna jump around a little bit.
All right. I'm gonna try to stake her.
You're gonna try to stake her?
The Malkavian that I don't know versus the Malkavian that I know. So, I'm gonna rouse Dex.
Okay.
I will succeed.
Excellent.
Rouse Prowess. I will also succeed.
Nice.
So my Dex goes up. But this dice pool is still very teeny tiny.
Well, roll it up. Let's see.
I think it goes down to 2 dice because I'm trying to stake.
Oh, Jesus. All right.
Because I lose 3.
Yeah, that's right. All right. I'm also going to roll for Miss Ellie. He's sitting at hunger.
You may as well not. No successes.
I mean, she didn't roll that great. She got 2 successes.
That's better than my no successes. So,
Ellie contorts her body out of your attempt at kind of this grapple staking motion, and she contorts her body almost unnaturally. She's very flexible. She contorts out of the way and then continues to shamble towards the roots, reaching out with fingers. What do you do?
we'll do it the way that I probably can do it. I will try to restrain her with arms of Armin.
Roll it up. Is there
Roll.
is there a way to contest that? Remind me.
Yeah, so it's gonna be it gets kind of complicated, so let me reread it. And Belver, be sure to help me out on this because this one gets always really complicated for me. So I'm rolling my wits plus oblivion.
Okay.
And I think that she
Wits
can
plus
resist
oblivion. So arms are it's wits plus oblivion half your potent stats?
Yeah. That's correct. But then I think if I'm going to use them to grapple, so I think she can resist that.
Yeah, should be desk athletics.
Dex athletics. All right.
Also, I'm a hunger up.
So you're sitting at 3 hunger,
And
or you're at
it
2?
wasn't a
No,
one
you're
or
at
the-
2.
And it wasn't a 1 or a 10 on that rouse check, right?
It was a 1 on the rouse check.
Cool, you get a stain.
Oh,
Welcome
good.
to Oblivion.
That's true.
For some reason, they decided Oblivion just could nuke your humanity.
Amazing.
I mean, they are pretty ugly things.
Yeah, it's just weird.
Oh, that's not good.
And you said it's +1 for the potence? I know, because it's half my potence. Is that in the roll, or is that just for the damage?
Let me see.
I've got a very tiny card and apparently need reading glasses.
Ellie only rolled 1 success to resist. So, I mean, I technically rolled more than that, but because I got 2 1s.
Yeah, it says add half the user's potence rating as a damage bonus.
Okay.
So they don't make this easy. All right, I'm rolling. That is 3 successes.
You absolutely managed to get your shadowy tendrils around her. Do you want to describe for us what everyone sees when this happens?
Yeah, it probably would literally look like I reach for a shadow that's like underneath one of the tables and almost like pull it out like it's a whip. Almost just what I saw Mistress Lux doing. And I pull it and it kind of comes in this coil viney whip shape and like just wraps up Ellie the best that I can. And so I'm holding her with this. And it's really uncanny to watch because this is a 2-dimensional shape doing 3-dimensional things.
Ellie is enveloped by a shadow that appears like smoke but is solid. And she is...
And like... Go ahead.
She is unable to move. And you can just see, even with her neck, she's just reaching out as the dirt is coming towards her. And with her neck, she's trying to extend herself as much as she can, but being held by these unnatural shadows.
I would say David's eyes are also going very black, and he's kind of muttering to himself about like, you want it, but you can't. You shouldn't. You can't have it. You can't have it. Don't take that next drink. And I'm just like trying to pull this person away from the dirt.
Ellie is resisting against you, but it's futile, and she's going, It calls me. I touch the symbol, it calls me. And Ellie, you are going to try and contain, correct?
Yeah, I was gonna try to do it. I'm trying to like hold my emotions as well, because I'm thinking in my head that this is what it responds to, and I got a single success on composure awareness to try to keep myself kind of emotionless. And what I'm actually gonna do is like I'm gonna rip off my like my coat. Like I'm assuming I've got like a nice little kind of suit on still, but I rip off the top layer. I don't know how suits work. And I'm like trying to wrangle this dirt back towards its tray. I'm not touching it, but I'm like pushing it with the shirt.
I mean, that is a brilliant plan. You manage to calm your emotions and you have them contained as best as you can in the chaos that is this situation. You take an unnecessary breath, and it's like you imagine you put your emotions into a metal box and lock it, so you are void of your emotions. And you take your shirt and attempt to push this dirt back. And are you trying to cover the sample trays?
Essentially, yeah, I'm gonna be like holding the shirt out as if fighting it back to it, and then like as if I'm smothering a fire trying to throw it over it.
Okay. Give me strength plus. Can you really brawl dirt? No. Strength.
athletics.
Strength athletics. And I'm gonna roll for the dirt.
2 successes.
I am so sorry. I am so sorry, but I just critted on that. So I got 6 successes against you. So
you can also get your ass kicked by the dirt.
I swear I didn't make him that hard.
This Fight Club sucks.
So the dirt sees you coming. You think you're being like all stealthy and sneakily, and no, it sees you coming and it like diverts around you and continues to reach out.
Polluted by dirt. I'm just in shock. It took me so much to get in this like cold predator mind state where it's finally controlled for a second. That I think I'm the shit. I think I'm gonna approach this dirt and say it, but no, it goes right around me, and I don't even know how to process it. What the fuck?
We're gonna now switch back to Isolde. Isolde, you are still freaking out, and the dirt is trying to come closer to you. How is that manifesting in this moment?
I'm trying to like inchworm my way to it, even though Mistress Lux is still most likely sitting on top of me.
Okay. Do you attempt to break the grapple?
Let's see. I'm gonna say no.
Okay. Mistress Lux, are you doing anything to calm her? Are you doing anything to get her out of the room?
Well, she's bound by her feet, so it's kind of, or like around the knees and hands, so it's kind of hard to move somebody at that. And the only thing I don't have anything that would be like a calm emotions besides awe. It's kind of just like, I think Mistress Lux is just like, you're okay, you can calm down, and is like petting her hair a little bit, just like, shh.
She's not aware.
Okay.
She's not aware that you're even there. All right, David, you also in the same moment. Granted, okay, from the time that Ellie burst through the door to now has been a grand total of maybe 10 seconds. Maybe. If we're lucky, it's been 10 seconds. David, what are you doing as you see Ellie still freaking out?
At this point, she's not listening, so I'm going to do damage. I'm going to squeeze with the tentacles.
Are you gonna
pull.
You're gonna squeeze and pull and try to do damage?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sure. Why not?
And I'm also looking to the sheriff, sort of a side eye, like, I don't know how long I can hold her.
Don't kill her. Stake her. Stake them both. And the sheriff reaches for a stake and comes towards Isolde.
Okay, if he looks like he's going to do that, I will just hold her.
Well, you were holding Ellie.
Yeah, I'm just going to continue to hold Ellie.
Okay. The sheriff goes up to stake Isolde. My dice. Okay. Okay. The sheriff just rolled 8 successes to stake Isolde. You're bound, so
That'll
you
do it.
can't dodge. Isolde, you are suddenly dropped into torpor as the stake plunges directly through your heart. It doesn't feel great, but torpor is weird. You have never really been in torpor. While there is pain, there is disconnection. You are no longer hearing the hum or hearing even the Madness Network is muffled and dull as you sink into torpor and unconscious. What do you guys do now? The dirt is still... Actually, in this moment, you also see that the dirt, as Isolde is subdued, the dirt changes course and is now solely focused on Ellie.
Are we going to stake her or not? Where's the stake? And
David's got
Mistress. I'll do it. You
I
concentrate on
can't.
the.
I have to concentrate on.
I have all of 1 dice if I'm doing staking things, which means negative dice.
Which means
So-
negative dice.
So what is it? It's strength plus melee?
Strength plus melee with a -2 for called shot staking.
Yep.
Though she is restrained and not able to defend, so you might be against like difficulty 1. Just something nice.
Yeah, I would agree that like with her being unable to dodge or move or really act against you in this moment, it is still a -2 because of difficulty or because of called shot, but you really only need 1 success to successfully do this.
Her
I'm
defense
gonna-
is only 1, so yeah.
I'm gonna rouse the blood just in case. I get hungrier. I'm
Cool.
at 2.
Cool.
Cool, cool, cool,
Cool,
cool.
cool, 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 cool.
And okay, so that gets me 1 extra die, correct?
2 extra dice.
2 extra die. Okay. So Dex.
It'll essentially counteract the called shot bonus or negative.
Yeah, essentially.
Oh, hold on. I need another
Yeah.
blood die.
Ernest would have to blood surge to have 1 dice.
That's 4.
Yeah, you absolutely plunge that stake right into Ellie's heart. And she immediately sags limp against the shadows. And the dirt slowly begins to retreat. Back to the tray.
Well, somebody put it in a container and tuck it away.
Yeah, I'd be following it back, trying to just contain it however I could. I don't know if there's any like maybe an extra tray to just throw it on top of it.
Suddenly in the corner, one of the Nosferatu appears out of obfuscate. Listen,
Fucking
they're not gonna
works.
get their fucking hands dirty if they don't fucking have to. Let's be super fucking for real. okay?
No judgment from the guy who was trying to find a way out of here.
The guy who was running from dirt.
Oh, it kicked my ass. And then it kicked Anili's ass. So
Yeah. So he kind of comes out of obfuscate and goes to a cabinet at the far end of the room and produces a lockbox. Fully encased, no ventilation, just solid lockbox. And brings it over to the table.
all the samples in the box.
You guys
Hold
put
on, you got like some plastic or something to line the box with? I don't want these samples attached into your lockbox.
At this point, it doesn't fucking matter. Put the shit in the box.
Get in the box.
Okay. He locks the box. So you have two Malkavians staked.
I wonder if these two went berserk, I wonder what the rest of the broken mirror kids are doing.
I mean, what about that hum? Did you hear that?
Yes, again.
We,
It's unsettling.
the sheriff, looks at the two. Ellie knows something I don't know about your friend. But I know that Ellie knows something. And you can underestimate the broken mirrors as much as you would like. But they see things that we don't.
I don't think anyone underestimated them. I think they're just more affected by whatever this is. So they are canary in the coal mine. They're the first to react, which means
I mean,
their
on the
protege
opposite
should probably
side.
know. Keep an eye on whatever loose ones might be out and about.
But on the opposite side, what about the Bruja? They're hot-tempered as it is. No offense, Sheriff.
None taken. We are a rowdy bunch. We are much more than our anger, though. Let it be known.
Yeah, but the whatever is empowering the dirt to do it is drawn to strong emotions. Your anger is going to draw it, but it didn't seem to be as drawn to you as it was their connection to whatever is going on. So if nothing else, the Primogen probably should know just to warn the rest of her clan that there's something out there that seems to be hitting.
She's no longer Primogen.
Well, whoever speaks for their clan.
I have no one as of right now. We need to go meet with the prince. Immediately. I want you guys there because of what you saw and how you aided.
Is there a place that we can place Isolde? And Mistress Lux is going to untie the staked body. Just
Bring her with.
Oh,
I don't
Okay.
know if the prince will want to unstake her in this moment or not. So, the sheriff goes over to an intercom that's on the wall and pushes a button. And suddenly you hear the voice of somebody who you've never met on the other end going, "Yeah, boss." Sheriff goes, "Tell her grace we're on our way up. We have 2 Malkavians staked, and there's much that needs to be discussed." The voice talks back and goes, Should I notify the seneschal as well? The sheriff goes, Yeah, that would be good. Yeah. We'll be up in a minute. You guys make your way back out of the lab with the 2 Malkavians in tow and take the elevator all the way up to the penthouse. And you're back where you were when you met with the seneschal. And you see that same ghoul sitting at the reception desk. But this time she does not look up from her computer. Whether she was told to keep her eyes to herself or is painfully aware of how high tensions are in this moment. She just continues to stare at her keyboard. And you guys walk around. Sheriff doesn't even stop, doesn't say anything to the receptionist, nothing. And walks around that glass meeting room back to those double doors that are solid oak and intricately carved. And before you even hit the doors, they swing open. And there is, you see inside this also very classic, like 1950s aesthetic of an office with deep, rich oak wood fixtures, a large desk. You don't see a computer in sight at this desk, though. There's a legal pad. The desk is clean to a point of what would make you feel uneasy, as Prince Adrian Voss is seated on a very large, plush, leather, black office chair. Her black suit with a black button down that shows a hint of her cleavage. You see a look on her that you have never seen before. For a flash of a moment, there's this look of anxiety. And as soon as it crosses her face, it's gone. And it's back to business, stone cold. She looks from the sheriff to all of you, and she sees the 2 Malkavians in torpor, and sits back and goes, "Thank you for assisting in the recapture of Ellie. She's truly not dangerous. But she knows something. And I appreciate your restraint in bringing her back to me. I don't know what to say about your little one, but let us start from the beginning. What the fuck is going on?"
Well, Your Grace, and Mistress Lux gives a bit of a bow before, or while saying that. It seems that the disturbances and the heightened emotions are connected to some supernatural occurrences. There's something in the river, something in the dirt that's making things emotional, as it were.
Emotional?
Or feeding off the emotions, heightening them. And who knows, maybe there's somebody who knows about this and is making Kine emotional as well. Hence the fighting down at the docks. But it seems to be, this dirt seems to be sentient enough to go towards any type of emotion, and seems to be very attracted to our Malkavian friends here.
Prince Adrian Boss pinches the bridge of her nose. So we have sentient dirt, a presumably dead ghoul, Malkavians losing their shit, Masquerade breaches down by the docks. Sheriff, we need a game plan. We don't know what we're dealing with.
Well, it seems, David, you still have that poem, correct?
Ah, David, nice to see
Yes.
It seems that this isn't the first time it's happened, right? And Mistress Lux will just back away and kind of give you the
Well,
floor.
there.
you. She beckons David close.
There's a legend from early 20th century, further back, that suggests that acts of rage and high emotion near the river causes the river to fight back, as it were. The exact mechanism as to how this would happen normally would, who knows, but it seems to be operating at least under how we would expect if the legend itself were true.
But why now? You guys discovered anything?
I mean, the legend says about that emotions near the river will wake it up. If we are seeing lots of heightened anger and fights near the river, it could be someone doing this intentionally, and that's whatever's woken up whatever this is. I know there are ways to heighten emotion and force that, and this is strange because those emotions and resonance carry on after death. The blood still carried them far longer than it should. So it's not natural, for sure.
Great. Well, I've been doing a little digging of my own. And I found something that I think might interest you all in your investigation. In that moment, she pulls out a very old looking piece of parchment. And when you guys take a closer look at it, you realize it's an old map of St. Ardent. I am going to show you all, as well as our viewers at home, the map. I found this particularly interesting. And if what you are saying is true, there has to be something that coincides with this city paperwork, something. I have not been able to find it, but perhaps you all can. In the time being, Sheriff and I will figure a way to spin what has been happening. I fear we're going to have to further restrict feeding in the city until we understand what is going on.
I might suggest, if possible, and this would be a large task, of course, is to keep any kindred and kind away from the river that we could.
I believe that is possible. But at least I can restrict the areas around the river for feeding.
I don't know if it'd be relevant, and I'm not saying that it's some of the clan's emotions, but if I remember correctly, when we first went down to the pier, there's a Bruja hangout not too far. It might act as some kind of resonance battery that might be pushing out certain emotions towards the area. But just a suggestion.
The prince sits back and she touches her right point lips, as if pondering for. He looks over to the sheriff, goes, "Keep your clan out of that bar till I say so." The sheriff nods. Doesn't say anything, nods. The prince points to the map and goes, "I'm not sure what I'm looking at here, but what do you all see?"
Well, it's before industrialization, so it's maybe those are sewer access points, or there's not really a legend. It just says the parts that are marked or were closed off with the expansion. Maybe
What is that
Maybe-
little? What does it say right underneath it? I'm can't read from this angle. And she points to the very bottom right corner of the map.
sections sealed during early expansion do not reopen without maybe city approval or closing off things. Maybe that's where the river was at and was redirected.
Or do we know of any construction or anything that's happened around one of these marks? Something that might have opened something back up, let something out?
That's possible.
That's something that you guys can look into in city document. I'm sure down in the lab they have access to that as well.
Is this the root symbol you all saw?
What? The prince stops you. What root symbol?
It was a symbol. It was
He points to the map right above where the words are, where there's the root symbol that's on the map.
Yes, it is. Oh, wow.
oh yeah, it's the same one.
Huh.
What?
This is apparently the symbol that they saw embedded in the ground and also in the car around where the sentient dirt was reacting. And since everyone keeps talking about roots, including our two Malkavians, guessing that has something to do with this.
Can you She
questioning.
interrupts you and goes, "Can you restrain your little Malkavian friend there? I wish to speak to her."
I can retie her up, yes. And Mr. Slux will go back and retie her up.
The prince waits for you to remove the stake.
Remove stake.
Azul, you come instantly back to consciousness. Almost instinctually, your body begins to knit the wound in your chest back together. You are no longer crazed. You no longer hear the hum. The Madness Network is still there, whispering, "The roots. The roots." But it's not the cacophony that it was down in the lab.
What just happened? Why am I tied up? What's going on?
The prince gestures for you guys to explain.
You went a little cuckoo bananas and tried to crawl into the bad dirt.
The prince would like to
That
ask you.
stuff?
Yes.
No.
The prince would like to ask you a few questions, though. So you're tied up for your own good.
My first question is, are you calm enough to be untied in this moment?
Yes, Your Grace. I have no clue what came over me earlier. I'm calm.
She motions for Mistress Lux to untie her.
Untie and back away.
She looks at you, Isolde, and motions for you to come forward towards her desk.
I will get up from wherever I was restrained and walk over to the desk.
She points to the map and the root symbol that's on the map that's on her desk. Have you touched this? One of these symbols?
No, I've only ever seen it.
Interesting. That explains why you're not still crazed. What did you experience when you lost your mind down in the lab?
Well, the sheriff unfortunately used a word that I've been trying to ignore since it has shown disruptions in my mind. And the voices, they tell me the roots, and that's as far as they've told me, besides Mr. Grady listening too hard, and the roots pulled him into the river.
Interesting. Sits back, goes, coterie. I want you guys to continue to investigate. I want you to look into if there's any city documentation in the archives. I don't care if you have to break into City Hall itself. I will make that go away. I want you guys to look into this tonight. This is your sole priority. It's figuring out what this all is.
Understood, Your Grace.
Prince Adrian, that symbol was also at the warehouse when we went to search for the vehicle. But when I was observing it, I can't say it's thaumaturgic, but it was some sort of magical glow, for lack of a better term. If we could, I'd suggest maybe sending a few more Tremere to check it out further.
I will take your suggestion under advisement.
Bow very politely.
I want you guys to take Ellie with you. And I want you to take her with the sheriff present lab. First, do your research. But I'd like you to question her and see if you can get any answers out of her. And maybe because you have, and she gestures towards Isolde, a fellow broken mirror, maybe there's some clarity that can come of it. You all are
Understood.
excused. I need to speak with the Harpies. And she gestures for you guys to leave. And the sheriff nods and picks up Ellie to bring back down to the lab with you guys.
Good, I was about to try to drag him.
Do you guys head down to the lab?
Yes.
Okay. The sheriff doesn't say anything, but the way that he holds Ellie, there's a peculiar fondness that you might be able to pick up on.
Not carrying her like I saw him carrying those bodies.
He just continues down. You guys take the elevator back down to the lab, come back in. Whatever mayhem had happened, moving of desks, chairs, whatever happened in the scuffle is completely cleaned up. And only Grin is present, or at least what you see currently in the lab. It seems that Spark has gone and fucked all the way off.
I have questions, but I let them hang.
Hmm?
I have questions with that statement, but I let it hang in the air. I've already spoken up enough tonight.
ask your questions.
No, we'll wait for rumors. It's weird that Spark is fucked all the way off, but we'll see what comes of it. I'm not trying to get beat up by the sheriff.
Sheriff just gives you a side eye. Now, I'm not against violence. I'm against unnecessary violence. And, Mr. Everhart, you, sir, are not worth the blood nor the effort to kick your ass. And let me make this perfectly clear. It wouldn't take much.
I never questioned the prowess of a sheriff, I assure you. And I offer a slight bow again, but like I'm looking at him like directly as I say it, but like in the back of my head, I'm like, haha, motherfucker, I shut down your stupid fucking Brewha bar.
The sheriff, with his free hand, slaps you upside the head and goes, "Don't ever fucking bow to me ever again. Pissant." And continues into the lab.
Don't respond, I take it. I'm a premier.
Like a Tremere.
Ernest just muttering a bit to himself, maybe we don't piss off the person who has the illegal authority to kill us.
Novel idea, but all right, so what do you guys do? You have a map now in your possession and a prince's order to research into city documentation. Who wants to be our rolling guinea pig?
Not I, said the prince.
We have some options, correct? We have the map, which is not on its own going to help us that much, but we have trying to find a date for when the map was made to try and, or like kind of source that to then look to city records to see what was going on there.
Yeah, that'd be a great start.
Some
Is
kind of a
Grin? You said Grin is still here?
some kind of occult thing to see if we can find anything more about that root symbol, since we've now seen it a couple places. And like our last option, and the one that I would recommend we not do at the moment, is go to one of these X's on the map and poke things with a stick. It's probably the one that gets the most answers, but it's the one I want to do the least.
We have the map down probably on the on a table,
Yeah.
right?
Absolutely.
Grin, I have a question for you.
Maybe I got an answer.
Fabulous. The X's on the map, do they mark anything specific with the sewer systems that you know about?
He takes a look at the map. Yeah, a couple. And he...
Like entrances?
No, sealed off sections.
But, I mean, what do you know why they were sealed off?
That is well before my time.
Have you heard any stories on why they were sealed off?
No.
Okay.
Any of them unsealed recently?
Not last I checked.
Who would know that from your clan?
Me.
Okay, well.
Did you last check all of the marked areas or just some of the marked areas?
You see, Grin leans down to a grate in the floor and pops it open. And a little rat comes scurrying out. Ready. What do you got for me? And suddenly you see a grotesque, skin-sloughing Nosferatu have a conversation with a little rat. And to you all, you hear just squeak.
Stranger things have happened tonight.
And Grin looks up and goes, "They're all sealed." And gives a little boop on the snoot, the little rat. It's a weird fondness to see a Nosferatu be so affectionate. But Grin is. And the rat scurries away, back down into presumably the sewers.
Well, that marks that off. Should we go manually into the city archive since we have permission to break in and have our tracks covered?
Well, did we have time to sample or test the plants at least? I know I'm going nowhere near that dirt,
We'll take
but
care of it.
the plant.
We'll take care of it. Grin said.
All right.
I mean, if I were yous, I would maybe our lovely little archive computer over there and maybe check the archives first before you break in and try and get your hands on official documents.
That's what I was thinking too. We reference what we can to the map and any information we can get right now, and then we tend to double check whatever facts we can get before we go sticking our nose into things.
The sheriff just stands against the wall and kind of watches you guys work. This is not his wheelhouse. Beating the shit out of people is his wheelhouse. He's just there guarding Ellie.
Yeah, I mean, Ernest is good at the investigating thing. He's more than happy to try and dig up some. Do we know from the history that Ernest knows from being here and from talking with people, do we have like a date range for like where it talks about earliest expansion or
Yeah.
some kind of idea for that? And that's kind of where he'd start looking in the archives then.
Remind me, what year was Ernest born?
He's not terribly old for that, so he's not going to be around for like the founding of the city or anything like that. Ernest looks like he's in his 30s and is probably maybe twice that actually. So
like he was born in like the 1950s?
Yeah, something like that.
Ish? Okay. Ernest would have been too young to remember, but he would have presumably heard his parents or grandparents talk about the city sometime in like the 1940s, 50s, did a whole remodel of the city's sewer system.
All right, so I guess that's what he would start looking into is like if there were plans, if there was any articles, if there's anything like that that might give us an idea of,
Sure.
you know, what the project contained or things like that.
Give me intelligence plus investigation. I'm gonna need you to get, for this first piece, I'm gonna need you to get 2 successes.
Do I get to add my deduction specialty to this?
Heck, yes, you do.
That is 5 successes.
Easily enough, you start searching the date ranges in the early 1950s. And something catches your eye. Is it a mistake that it was scanned and filed, or were historians just trying to preserve paperwork? You're not quite sure. But the description of this document piques your interest, and so you click it and open up. Are you guys all gathered around the computer?
Yeah, I think we're
Yes.
Scooby doing it.
Are you Scooby doing it? Okay. I am going
Scooby-Doo.
to post in our Chronicle docs this next piece of evidence. And for our viewers at home, show it.
So it does look like there was some sort of cover-up. Something.
Are there attached documents also included, or?
Doesn't appear to be. It's as though this presumable attached document or documents was filed under something else.
Well, that gives us a place to start, and a department at least.
True.
Do you want to give me
Might-
another roll?
Yeah, could do that.
Okay, this time you will need 4 successes. Because it's going to take a bit of digging to find this.
8 successes then.
Jesus Christ.
Like, this is the one thing he is very good at doing.
Note to self, make investigations that Ernest does way harder.
Yeah, if he
Exclamation
blood
point.
surges, it's a 10 dice pool.
Jesus fucking Christ. Okay. Ernest, you start to pull out key phrases from this document. Obviously, the Department of Urban Planning and Redevelopment. You know the date range is early 50s that this took place because of conversations. And you start to look at records sealed, subsurface surveys, and you start to like pull keywords, environmental impact reports, and start searching. You're furiously typing at this computer and scanning the documents. When you find something that you think is related, post that. For our viewers at home, I will show you page 1 and give you a second, and then I will show you page 2. How is Ernest feeling in this moment discovering this document?
I think after the way things have gone earlier with like the kind of failures of other things having some success in the thing he's actually pretty proud of his ability in, I think, is kind of got him feeling well. He's hungrier, but the beast enjoys the success as well. This kind of like hunt of its own. This need to prove that he has a place in this world. So succeeding on doing things always kind of buoys that spirit.
You look at the dates and see 0902 of 1952. You see Department of Urban Planning and Redevelopment. This was an internal memo that went out. You see things like unmapped sublevel, the incomplete historical records, closed rather than removed. You see lots of redactions within the document. You look at page 2, and you see the cover-up. But what you also see, scrawled in faded pencil, is this wasn't an error. It was already there.
Isn't that what Ellie said? It was already there.
Yeah, it looks like when they were expanding, they found something old, something that was here before that was sealed up, and instead of they resealed it and tried to hide it. But I'm seeing where it talks about vibrations with no source and things incorporated in the city. So I think we need to go much older. The records would be hard to find, or try and find these original records to see if we can read more about the unredacted parts.
I'm gonna
Well, it
look
looks-
over. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Isolde, in this moment, you hear the Malkavian Madness Network whisper. Not loud, but whisper. It was already there, already there, already there, it's already there, it's there, been there, already.
Well, can't say Ellie was wrong. So what do we do about it?
How old is Ellie?
The
True.
sheriff leans back. Not my place to say, but older than 1952.
So she definitely knows more than I would know. Most of what I've learned has been new information for me. So
I think our next plan then is to... I don't think Ellie is going to be terribly helpful, because it seems the more connected they are, the more, like, you weren't feeling this call until she showed up, right? Not to the extent.
Isolde, you kind of always felt that call.
to be honest, when I first heard it in the cathedral, I did feel a pull. But I've just tried my best to ignore it.
You hear grins speak up from the corner. You said you weren't good at auspex though, right?
No.
Shit, I've seen the shit that Ellie can do. Sheriff nods along. She's proficient. Might be the reason why you weren't as pulled to it.
I mean, we already know that seeing too much can get you in trouble, so
We're listening too hard.
sadly, though, our job now is to go try and see more.
Well, and the prince wanted me to wake Ellie up and have you guys ask questions.
Yes, I suggest we ask her what we can and at least try to piece it together. What all of this means, the roots, them already being there, this whole wives' tale turned out to be real.
The sheriff nods. I'll keep her restrained this time. Somebody want to pull the stake from her heart? And he wraps his arms and legs around Ellie's body.
I'll do it. It'll be the first time tonight. And she'll come up and just... Are we ready?
I ain't waiting for nothing.
Grin hands out a few other stakes to you guys. You each can add 1 stake to your inventories.
Okay. And Mistress Lux will pull the stake out and back away.
Ellie gasps as soon as you pull it out. And she stiffens as she feels the cold body of the sheriff wrapped tightly around her. She cocks her head a little bit, but her face relaxes.
Hello, Ellie.
She flicks her eyes over to you, Mistress Lux.
My
Her
name
eyes
is
are
Mistress.
not as pinpoint as they were when you first saw her.
My name is Mistress Lux. We have a few questions. Are you able to answer them?
Hush the river, still your feet. Angry steps make hungry street.
The poem. Do you know the poem? Did you read it as a child?
Do not shout, do not fight, not by water, not at night.
What can you tell us about the poem other than reciting it?
She
Do you know who wrote it?
looks confused, shakes her head. No, she doesn't know who wrote it. He looks to his old, her eyes locking on hers. He leans a little closer. It's not waking up. It's rolling over.
What's not waking?
The roots.
No, they're quiet now.
It's not waking up. It's never been asleep.
Are you saying they're expanding?
No. The seals
they-
are breaking.
How?
And that is where we leave the episode for tonight, my friends.
No.
Fuck! Well, yay. Lazy Malkavian.
You've seen some shit.
Sorry you got staked there, homie.
I deserved it.
Google, what is our Malkavian saying to us?
Translator, please.
Translate, please.
Honestly, I thought I was going to be the one getting staked. So it was old. Hell yeah.
It's like, does anyone speak crazy person here?
I mean,
No,
I
just
I
me.
do, but I don't count. Thank you
You are the
guys,
crazy.
everyone, for joining us for St. Ardent by Night, episode 3. Remember, next week is our first break. We will not have an episode Saturday night next week. We're going to enjoy the holidays. We will be back the following week. And that is where we're going to pick up this episode. Make sure you guys are following us on all of the platforms because we will be posting little snippets and things. And you guys can get all of that information if you go to stardentbynight.com. I don't know why my bot doesn't like that command. Cool. Try SABN social media. Nope, it hates us. Anyways, it's stardentbynight.com. Oh, no, it did work. Hey, look at that. Ta-da. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining us again. We are so grateful you guys watch our show or listen on podcast, which you can. They'll be up on Monday. Also, check out our merch store. The hoodies are so comfortable. I got mine in the mail this week, and it's so comfortable. I love it. Anyways, thank you guys so much, and we will see you in 2 weeks. Everybody say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.